Protestantism was a pan-European and later global phenomenon which, along with Martin Luther's demand for the reformation of the Catholic Church, brought about a new chapter in the history of the Western civilization. The first effects of the movement initiated by Luther were political. However, as Protestantism began to spread, it caused profound changes in mentality, culture, and even the economy. For historians are now able to bring convincing arguments in support of the claim that Protestant mentality has played a crucial part in the rise of capitalism. From a political standpoint, Protestantism brought more than 100 years of conflict between Catholics, who still form the majority, and an ever-growing number of Protestants rebelling against the papacy's failures across all Western nations, chiefly in Germany and France. Interestingly, from a historical philosophy perspective, as Western nations became gradually split between Catholicism and Protestantism, it became obvious that most Protestant countries were of Germanic heritage, while the majority of countries that remained Catholic were of Latin heritage. So we could know that ethnicity does carry a certain weight and makes a definite impact on the culture and religious choices we make. There were exceptions, of course. In Switzerland, for example, a part of the Francophone population became Protestant, while some regions in Germany, such as Bavaria and the Rhine Valley, remained Catholic. Nevertheless, the division between Catholics and Protestants had a predominantly ethnic basis. What happened when Protestantism reached Eastern Europe? At one point, the Poles nearly became Protestants. Bohemia, or modern-day Czech Republic, where a century earlier the great reformer Jan Hus had been declared a heretic by the Council of Constance at burned at the stake in 1415, leading to a long civil war with consequences reverberating to our principalities, was the setting for a great struggle between Catholics and Protestants. In Transylvania, the ethnic element would play a vital role. Thus, Lutheranism would prevail amongst the Germans. Calvinism, which emerged in Francophone Switzerland, led by a Frenchman named Jean Calvin, became predominant amid the CK, while many of the Hungarian magnates remained Catholic. Of course, the great mass of the population were Romanian Orthodox, which means that around the mid-16th century we found 4 religions, or other branches of Christianity, in Transylvania, and yet a 5th one began to spread, persecuted in other countries as heretical. Anti-Trinitarianism, or Unitarianism, which rejected the Holy Trinity doctrine. Intriguingly, the state of political confusion led to a lack of constraint, which at first glance could pass for an oasis of religious tolerance, where Catholics, Lutherans, Calvinists, and Unitarians could live side by side without being forced to change their creed. These 4 denominations were officially protected, while Orthodox Romanians were merely tolerated in a tacit fashion. No one paid much attention to them until both the papacy and the Habsburgs realized that the Romanian Orthodox masses could be used as an ally against Protestantism.